This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi, and I'm here on Segan Lane, Superior Bait and Tackle. What a great place to come right now. There are people in and out of here all day long. And let me tell you, the bottom line is, these stores right here, if they don't have it, they'll order it. I've never seen anything like it. They got people coming in. They got every brand, from the big name brands to these local brands. State people that are building stuff, they always come here, Superior Bait and Tackle. Let me thank y'all. Let me tell you this right now. We got all these tournaments and all these rodeos going up, but back at my home base right now in Slidell, they done gone through storms, heavy wind, just high water, high tides. They are killing the fish, especially the redfish right now. Island Marina, all the marinas down there are catching fish. The captains right now, I'll show you when it comes to the fishing report, they're all giving good reports. And besides, like I say, fighting the wind sometime and then getting a little rough and have to come in with the storms, there's a lot of fish being caught. So we're gonna bring you that, and we're gonna visit Chas. We ain't visited Chas in a long time. You watch the Paradise, Louisiana.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
Filming Sam. Film a pole about to get ripped out of my hands. Here we are, early summer action. These are one of my favorite lures we've ever made. We went over this last summer, fished in the same area. This one's got it choked down. Here we go, it's the croaker X shad. Dead of the summer, one of the speckled trout's favorite food is the croaker. Little small finger-sized croakers. They love these things. A lot of people say it's because they eat the trout eggs. We're gonna go ahead and put these in the well and get on some more action. This fish tattooed it. Nice fish.
I got one on me.
You got one?
Yeah.
See the camera there. Really more there. baby. He's a little baby. Oh, catching them two at a time. Two at a time. When you're catching them that fast, you want to just get them in the boat. Don't worry about boxing them later. Throw that little one back. Watch what we're doing here, guys. Several poncha train pop, except we're in Lake Bourne. So we call this a Lake Bourne bounce today. Got Captain Chris out in the distance on a charter. There's enough room on these rigs for 2 to 3 boats, maybe 4. They do get crowded as the summer goes on. We like to get out here in the early part of the summer. You can see I'm still wearing a jacket. Still get away with a jacket until the sun comes up. Right now we're in that early June time frame. You just want to bounce it along the bottom, just like that. Baby. Like I was saying, I came right out, and that's that Croaker X shad. Awesome color, fantastic for the summer. And what we're doing, like I was just going over, we're going to call it the Lake Bourne bounce. We're throwing out there into the current, letting it come back to us with the current. Alright guys, now we made a little move towards the middle of Lake Bourne. Fishing another rig we like. This is like a double set right here. We got a little small gas rig right here with a much bigger rig behind us. And as you can see, we're fishing a little small rig because sometimes, like I said before, the smaller rigs sometimes are better than the bigger rigs. But nevertheless, same crop of fish from just about rig to rig, and each rig seems to be holding a few. Let me get him back in the water. He's a little short. As you can see, there's nothing in the background, absolutely nothing. And what this is a reef, and they have plenty of these out here. You can just Google reef coordinates and stuff and just start plugging them in your GPS. This is one that Captain Chris showed me. You can see him in the background here. He's out in the middle of Lake Bourne, and what this could have probably was an old wellhead that got pulled up, and the reef, Chris found the reef coordinates, or maybe this is an old rig that he used to fish and had it saved, and now the reef's here, but the actual rig isn't. But I tell you what, they've been catching a lot of white trout using bait, and we're getting a lot of bites, a few specks, a few small specks. It just shows you there's just an abundant amount of places to fish out here. Out here in the middle of Lake Bourne. Sometimes you can't always visually see the structures. Sometimes it's just underwater pads. Alright, this spot right here, Chris put us on this little reef. It is full of these white trout. Got a handful of specks, but the whiteys are definitely thick on this reef. This is a great table fare. When they get to 10 inches or better, we go ahead and keep them. There's no limit at all on whiteys. Doesn't matter the size or however many you want to catch. You could sink the boat with them right now with some little pieces of dead shrimp. Little white trout can pull. They like to dig down a little bit deeper. They rarely come up and shake their heads like a speck does. They usually dive and dig a little bit harder. Put up a nice fight for a small fish. That's a nice whiting. You can really mix it up out here with the whites and the specks out here in Lake Bourne. This is the place where you can put 100 fish in a boat in the middle of the summer. Again, pretty much this entire little estuary is about 8 foot deep, so the same technique applies across the whole lake. Let that lure get down to the bottom, 8 foot of water, bounce it on the way in. Little light taps. Light little taps. Come on. Amazing how hard them little white trout fight. You got you one cameraman under the boat. The whitey hole.
Dude, that was insane. I felt him just tapping it.
I got one now. It's easier to catch them when you're the cameraman. Just let the bait drag behind the boat. As we film this to show you guys that these little white trout, that's a speck, look at that. Yeah, you gotta hold the camera to catch the specks. But that right there is my point in a nutshell.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And let me tell you what, I got some tournament reports. I'm going to go through them real quick. The Junior Southwest Bassmasters, Denham Springs, went to a 2-day tournament at Lake Concordia at the Lakeview Lodge. That's their normal Father's Day. That was a couple weeks ago, Father's Day weekend. And Father Sons had a great time and a lot of fish caught. Let me tell you what, I know they got their parents with, but these kids, if you follow these tournaments, they're going to put you on fish. These kids had a great tournament, had some beautiful fish caught, and I want to give a shout out again to the bros. Jim and his wife, it's unbelievable how they do this, how they follow this, and how they give us this information. So, and it's all for the kids too. You ready? 15, 18, first place, Jordan Sylvester, Baton Rouge. That's 10 fish, 28 pounds, 79.79 ounces. Second place, Peyton Mathern, Walker. He had 23.27. Third place was Caleb Roebling. Denham Springs, he had 19.34 and 9 bass. Big bass was Jordan Sylvester. 11, 14 years old, first place, Blake LeRae from Bruley. 18.11 pounds. Second place was Destin Morales. That's Destin. They do this to me all the time. I'm trying to say Dustin, but Destin Morales from French Settlement, 17.18. Third place, Hayden Raw from Livingston, 11.79, and Big Bass was a tie between Destin Morales and Hayden Raw, 4.4 pounds. And the 7 to 10 age group, first place, Noah Roblin, Denham Springs, 17.53. Big fish for the 10-year-old, huh? Doing a great job. Now we'll go to the Sac-A-Lait tournament that been postponed, pushed back. This is the Crappie South Louisiana South Crappie Masters, okay? And by the way, the national tournament will be held at Lake D'Orbon in August. So we got a team that's right real high in the national rankings, and you probably hearing more about it. The first place was Andre Smith and Tim Abad. Tim didn't get the fish. Andre fished by himself. They had 10 pound of fish, and he had big fish at 1.51. Second place was Cedric and Ted Williams at 8.21, and Bob Bazzaron and Stephen Roberts at 7.71. We'll be back with the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
Hey, welcome back. I got a couple quick news items I want to say before we go to Fishing Report. And one of them is the Wildlife and Fisheries. You saw in the paper, you can go to their website. The whole licenses are being changed. There's a lot of things going to be for the better. You ain't got to buy but one license for this, whether you recreational fisherman, you're out there fishing with nets, riding reels, saltwater. We have a slight increase. And but they all vote on the legislature, and that'll be coming, especially in 2022. They got big changes in your lifetime license too, and for the people that are retired over 65. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. Too long for me to tell you all about it, but you go to the Louisiana Wildlife System or read Joe Macalusa's column in the paper. Then we'll try to jump through this from my old state faithful over there down in Dulac, John Bernard. They've been sending me some pictures right now. It's unbelievable. He's fishing with I got to read this thing now. Don't forget I wrote all this. Emil and Victor Olivier, they caught all the first redfish. They were fishing live and bait shrimp under a cork in Dulac. Tom LeBlanc, my good buddy, my veteran over there that fishes with Coach Cesar Garcia, Delacroix, they get some, one day they found the birds and the fish were bigger than what they thought they were. I mean, what they normally are under birds. The screw trout, they were beautiful trout. In the last couple of trips, they've been having a lot of luck. So, and they catch them on plastic, H&H, Alien, and Chartreuse and Black. Lake Catherine, Island Marina, all the captains, Miss Angie and David, you know, they've been fighting all that high tides, high water. They still catching fish. I'm gonna start off with all them captains. Mike Brantley, he sent some pictures. He had them veterans with him. He was fishing, and they caught fish. He didn't tell me exactly where he was catching, but I know he's been running and fishing a lot of Lake Bourne. So, and they've been catching a lot of fish. They're catching a few white trout too, so it's helping them out, helping their limit out. Also in Lake Catherine, they got these captains, Captain Adam Shields, Backdog Tallers, Clint DeArmas, and Captain Clint He looked on tape. He didn't put people in his pictures. You know better than that, Clint. But thank you very much. Clint's been catching a lot of fish, mostly redfish and nags. And then Captain James Kennedy. All of these were sent by, by Lake Catherine Island Marina. So that's my buddies. Thank y'all for sending all them. I'm going to Venice now, and they got a lot of people and friends of fishing. The river is still up right now. I talked to Ryan Lambert. Their people are catching fish down in Buras and down in those areas, but it ain't like it's going to be in a few short weeks. They saw where the river started falling, but also they see some storms up there right now in the northern part. So they're watching that river stage. But in the meantime, the waters look cloudy, they're catching fish. Some of the captains at Venice Marina are telling me they running down river, they fishing the canes, they finding that clear water, they check their prop, and when they see that water clear, that means they got cleaner water on the bottom and the muddy water's on top, they catching trout. I never forget the trip I made with Dudley and them down there one time in the canes. That's when they call it the helicopter-based story. We were down there fishing, and I didn't think I thought the muddy was better, but sure enough, Ed Sexton and them, they got down there fishing chartreuse or the LSU colors. It was unbelievable. The trout we caught, high water, everything. So now, let me tell you some outstanding news. Big Lake, I've been calling around and doing that, and I called for Jeff Poe. Now Jeff Poe, we fished with him a bunch of times. He fishes Kevin Ford show. He's been on there for ages. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: some of the best guide service, one of the best guys you ever met. Him and his son Nick and his wife Mary. They had the Calcasieu in Calcasieu Lake, and they've always been known for big trout, lot of trout, fishing the birds, flounder. Well, I called him this morning. I had forgot he had left. He's in Dauphin Island, Alabama. Now, Jeff and Nick Poe, Real Gypsy Fishing Service in Dauphin Island, Alabama. He says they got all the big trout you want. The only thing different, he says, and they got the guide service and they book it. Only thing different, you can't keep as many in Florida as you can in Louisiana. And remember, Big Lake was different than a lot of places because of what was going on in Texas. Nice to hear from you, Jeff. He also gave me an invitation, so maybe in a few months when the fish start biting, I'm gonna make a trip to Dauphin Island, Alabama. Another exciting about this Captain Jack Corpella. I fished him through the years a lot of times. I call him one of the best flounder trips I ever had in the ship channel. He told me right now they have been hurting the fish. He sent me some pictures. He was fishing Big Lake, the ship channel. But in the last 2 or 3 days, the tide was so strong that the water is muddy and it was hard to won't hold those fish like it's been doing. But he called me this morning. It was better. He was catching fish. He sent me a report. That's Corbella's Guide Service, and that's in Big Lake. You know, look it up. Corbella's Guide Service, Big Lake. The ship channel, he said, where it's at. They're running the birds in the lake. They're catching it. The water might look a little muddy in some places, with all the rain and stuff storms been coming. The fish are turned on. Call your favorite captain. Call Jack and him. If you want to go to Big Lake, that's where it's at. So, fresh water. Lake Barrett. For Sac-A-Lait and bass. The Lake Barrett bass. I'm talking about up to Bay Natchez. I'm talking about fishing Patch Bay. All them bays, all them canals, Bell River itself. Those guys are finding the shed. Early in the morning, they're running spinnerbaits or lunkalures or buzzbaits, whatever you want to call them. They're usually fishing shed-colored crankbaits too. When the sun comes up, and going back fishing spinner baits and finding them under piers and whatever. They're catching some beautiful bass. Sac-a-lay all over. Big numbers. Last week I told y'all, I said, Lake Verret was bringing some big fish. They had a current. Well, this week,
5 pounds or whatever.
Blaine Sausage tells me he didn't find a boat that didn't have 75 or 80 sac-a-lay, but he said they weren't running as big as they were last week. All right. Everywhere they went, they're catching them on jigs and catching them on shiners. The same thing is coming up to these lakes up north, Lake Concordia, Lake St. John, Lake Bruin, False River. They got a shed running in the morning, people fishing top water, they're fishing spinner baits, buzz baits, and then when the sun come up, shed colored crankbaits, or believe this or not, crawfish colored crankbait. So that's it. That's the False River and some of the other lakes. Toledo Bend, still, you call them guides, you call the tourism. Hey, if captain's ready to take you fishing, if you get bad weather, they'll cancel on you and rebook you. So don't be worried, go to that. And if you bring your wife with you, there's a lot of things during the summertime to do. Yeah. All them been going on. You know, we got all them tournaments coming up. This weekend is the Fouchon Golden Medal Rodeo, the Golden Medal Fouchon Rodeo, Tarpon Rodeo. That's going to run 3 days over there. And I'm going to try my best to get there, but things have been rough, depending on how the weather is. Also, you know, at the end of the month, you got the Grand Isle Rodeo. All these big events are coming up. I got ones could be coming up. I don't know how I'm going to run it. I think it's called Bloody Decks. That's going to be at Bridgeside on the 1st of August. Bloody Decks at not Bridgeside and across the way is Sun's place. So let me get out of here. I'm about to get to the call. Let me go to the doctor. God bless y'all. Thank y'all again. Superior Bait and Tackle. And all y'all captains, thank y'all for sending me these reports. And I just hope you know it. Don't forget the store now. Store's still going on. And you see these commercials we showing you, and Chris gonna show you some of these pictures. Right now, they got them big cash prizes out there and tackle packs. You know right now, the store, they got a $5,000 tackle pack for a Dorado still out there, and a $1,500 tackle pack for sheephead. So look it up, check on the store. If you don't have your ticket, you better. Don't forget your license is due this week. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. God bless Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.